Good morning. We are on day 113 on our cloudy, rainy day. It did rain last night. Not heavy, just steady and misty. It kind of started doing that when we finished the day, which was a long day. I never like doing over. Honestly, 18 is kind of my happy number. 20 gets a bit much. 21 definitely starts to get, well, anything above 20 starts to get to be a really long day because I have to start really early. So today I didn't have to start in the dark, thankfully, because I'm only doing 18.8. But it is wet, very wet in here, so I have to be careful for slippery rocks. But the trail is actually pretty good. It's mostly the dirt with just smaller rocks, so it's not too bad. But today I think we've got two sort of main events on the trail: the Thunder Hill Overlook, which I'm not sadly expecting much of a view because it's misty up here. That seems to be par for the course. I keep hitting the nice views when there's no view because it's all cloudy. And I think the other one is Apple Orchard Mountain. So I'm not really sure what to expect on that one. I'm assuming it used to be apple orchards, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Oops, some big slippery rocks. But that is pretty much the plan for today. So last night we were invited to go to sorry, I'm just climbing down. To another shelter. Unfortunately, by the time we got in, it was too late because there is a trail angel called Fresh Ground who's been following part of our tramily that's just like a half a day ahead of me, I guess. They're a good 10, 12 miles ahead of me. And they were going to be cooking them breakfast this morning, which would have been really nice, actually. But we were just so tired. And to get to a shelter from a parking lot is a bit of a pain. It certainly was doable, but honestly, I was just exhausted. But it was one of our trail family's birthday. So happy birthday to you, Hennessy. But I was exhausted, so I just didn't feel like it. And for the rest of the day is hopefully going to be drier. Like I said, it wasn't supposed to rain. It's supposed to be nice, well, cloudy for the next couple of days probably. So maybe this is what we're in for. It's not really raining, so it's not too bad. Anyway, I'll stop talking and I'll show you what we're running on. So this is the trail, just kind of, like I said, some larger rocks, some pretty leaves, but then you get these rocks. So you have little sections to go up and down, and that's pretty much par for the course. It's not going to be the same kind of elevation as yesterday. Yesterday's elevation was pretty intense, but you know, sticking with the Blue Ridge, we definitely do have some elevation. So we're going to just keep on going and try to enjoy this lovely moist day. All right, let's get going. Okay, so we made it to Thunder Ridge Overlook, and it's a shame it's such a crappy day because there is absolutely no view, and I bet you this would have been a really pretty view. But as in my previous views, we're going to use our imagination because we got nothing. And this is kind of pretty too. They even built this little parapet type thing and everything, and there's no view. Oh well, that's not a problem. That's the trail we're going down, and they've just got all these fun looking rocks, which thankfully I don't have to climb up and around. All right, let's keep going. we have a bunch of stairs to go up. And they keep going and going and going. Okay, so we have reached Apple Orchard Mountain. And guessing by some of the trees down here, we probably were an apple orchard. But mostly I think it has to do with that thing. A radio tower thingy. Actually, I'm not entirely sure what that is. Kind of looks cool. All right, well, we made it up here, and now we're gonna go back down. Again, and then probably back up, because we're building our thigh muscles. I'm gonna be seriously jacked. I say that with a grain of salt because it's pretty unlikely. All right, let's keep going. Oh, actually didn't even think we were that high. There we go, 4,225 feet. Let's keep going. So just a little update. We are about 11 and a half miles into our 18.8 mile day. We've pretty much climbed, thankfully, all the elevation. I mean, there's some little ups and downs because you'll never get rid of those. But it's mostly downhill for the next 7-ish miles, which I'm liking because it's wet, it's raining, it hasn't really stopped raining. I'm not sure if it's rain, just water from trees and misting, or it's actually raining, because it's not too bad, but it's just been wet all day, and my feet are still soaked. They've been very wet all day. Not overly pleased about that, but we haven't had too much, so it's, not too bad. So I'll show you the trail. This is the Bryant Ridge shelter. Very, very fancy.
Very swanky.
It's got like a whole bunk here, and then a ladder, and a whole second floor up there. Very clean. Very new looking. Picnic tables. Let's get the long view here. Like, it's huge. Awesome. Well, we've only got about another 3 miles to go, but we're going to take a quick little break. So we're in our final mile descent of the day. Thankfully, we are finally going downhill because I've been working the buns and thighs. Let me tell you, be able to crack walnuts after the end of this thing. But my feet are still wet. But it stopped raining, so that's nice. So hopefully it'll stay nice, but no promises. All right, 1 mile to go. Good morning. We are on day 114. We're just leaving the trailhead. We slept overnight on the other side of that bridge, so that's where the trailhead is. And now I'm just heading into the bush. So today is 19.8 8 miles, I believe, somewhere in there. I'm going to start the day off with a nice climb because it's all about the buns and thighs. Always a climb first thing, and at the end of the day. So I don't know why. I like to end the day in a, well, actually last night we did end the day in a downhill after a nice big climb. But anyway, that's the plan. Hopefully it won't rain today like it wasn't supposed to rain yesterday. And we're starting the morning with stairs. Oh, it was definitely pretty quiet out here. We're on the Blue Ridge Parkway, which, since it's not tourist season right now, is pretty quiet. There were a few cars last night, but not too bad. And I'm pretty sure something was licking the car last night. I have heard that deer come out and actually lick areas where hikers have urinated because they're going for the salt. Not that we've peed on the car, but I don't know. Maybe there's something on the car that they enjoy. But yeah, we had a nice, lovely evening here. It didn't rain last night, so hopefully it won't today. It is overcast and it's cool. Same temperature pretty much as yesterday, so in the 60s, about 12, 14 degrees Celsius. There we are. Okay. And it's just a little sign here letting us know there's no water at the next shelter, which hopefully you would have filled up at that little river down at the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to stop talking because I need to save my breath and energy, but I will give you a quick tour of what kind of trail I'm on. You can see I have a lovely trail. This is the part that makes going up a lot easier. When you have a nice trail to walk up and you don't have to climb and scramble and leap up and all that other agility testing stuff that the other states have made us do. This is just nice, easy grade, little pebbles. So you just have to actually get, a good proper stance and up you go. All right, so let's do that. Let's go up and up. Okay, so we finally got a little spot for a view. Apparently this is the town of Buchanan, Virginia. Not much of a view, but you can see the clouds lifting and the sun trying to peek through. So it is still a cloudy day and it might get nicer, and it's kind of a little rocky outcrop and trail's been good, so we're gonna just continue on. So we're about 7 miles in. Just listen to the little birdie sing there. Finally get to go down. This is the nice part of the trail for the next couple of miles. It's just slight up and downs, not large ones like we went over this morning, which unfortunately, again with the cloudiness, not a lot of great views. But it's not raining. It is damp. It's cool actually. But it's turning out to be a good hiking day. I've actually passed a few people today, thankfully. It's kind of nice to see one or two hikers. I think they're just day hikers or section hikers. Because I really haven't passed many people. I've got the Sobo family is a little bit ahead of me, and we're all going to be meeting up tonight for Mexican with a trail angel named Fresh Ground, which will be nice to meet him because I haven't met him. I guess he's been with the trail family because they're about 8 miles ahead of me, so just far enough out. But we'll all be in Troutville tonight, I believe is the town. I was there for Zero a couple of days ago, but we had driven in, so now we're actually walking in because it comes pretty close to the town there. So we'll be in there tonight and having a nice tramley dinner, and I still got some of the tramley behind me. Unfortunately, I think they're about 2 days back, so they're not quite close enough to be able to participate, but hopefully we will see them in the next little while too. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so we've just hit the highway here. We're on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and we will be... Why are there always weird holes in those signs? I don't want to know. Anyway, we're just crossing the road. Thankfully, this is a nice, quiet highway. For the most part, easy to cross. I like it. All right, let's continue on down. Okay, so we've come to an overlook, which should be, you can kind of see a little bit over here. It's starting to rain, so the mist just kind of covers it entirely. But that is James River down there, which we crossed yesterday. Anyway, this is Mills Overlook Gap. I don't know. There's a sign, it'll tell us. I've got the words together, just not in the right order. Mills Gap. There we are. And that's my trail over there as soon as I pass the highway, which I'm gonna wait. Oh, there's someone coming, so I can pass the highway. So this is what we would be looking at if it didn't look like that. But since it does, we are imagining the peaks of the Otter. Okay, but that's pretty much it. That's the other side. We're still raining and crappy. Anyway, this is our Appalachian Trail. And we're going this way, and somewhere over here, the trail will exist again. Not really sure where. Oh, I see my marker on the other side of the road. Just where you gotta trust the process of somewhere there to be a marker. And there she be. All right, let us continue on our soggy path today. All right, so we got about 2-ish miles left. I got this fun little wall to skirt along the highways above us, so.
I'm just waiting for a raccoon to come flying out at me.
I hope there's no raccoons. Maybe there'll be special doors that open up on it or something. And send us into a maze or something fun. Anyway, 2 more miles-ish. It's continuing up and down. Still raining. And I'm looking forward to it being done so I can get into some dry clothes. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so we have another lovely overlook of mist and fog and a sign about hawk migration. But short of that, there's not much there. So, it's still rainy, trails across the road, and we're just gonna keep going because we're almost done.